Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. So on my way back, I need to talk about this. And it's black women are, not every time, but in a lot of cases, they are different in relationships. And so as a result, a lot of guys be thinking that the solution is just to deal with these other women. Deal with white women, because white women are more discreet. But they still do the same stuff because XX is XX. But I want to emphasize on this point that black women are like a certain type of way in relationships that's turning a lot of guys off. And unfortunately for some of them are not even like that, but they gonna pay the price too because too many of them are. That's just the sad reality. Like, I wasn't married to no white women, and it's like all the arguments and stuff. It's like, I think if black women can get over the hurdle and the urge to be disrespectful and unappreciative and controlling, they be controlling. Like, they try to control what you look at, control who you, everything, and then get this. Now again, I'm not saying that other people don't do this, because they do, but we not talking about them. The double standard is ridiculous. A lot of these black women, I've seen it. They'll leave you for an emotional affair, right? But when they have one, they'll say things, because I'm telling you, man, I got many examples. Like, you need to get over it, you can't get over it. But they wouldn't get over it. If it was you, they wouldn't get over it, man. So, the double standard that a lot of them have that I've seen, like, they be at work, literally, practically wrapped up with dudes, and they'll have a husband or a boyfriend at home, but then you will hear about him doing the same, and they'll be at work venting. You will hear, like, you'll be trying to stay out of it. You be like, but look at what you do, though. But you won't say it, because another thing, they hold grudges like a mother sucker. I'm going to tell you, man. Like, black on black relationships, a lot of them end because of some type of grudge. Let me give you an example. I talked a lot about my unicorn grandmother, but I got two grandmothers, y'all. And I'm not going to talk down on the other one because she passed away as well. But her grudge and the way she used to talk, they told me, I wasn't born, but they told me how she used to talk. I've seen it, though. To my grandfather, after a while, my grandfather was like he was a tough guy. He was aggressive. But when it came to women, he was more soft-spoken, nice and stuff like that. Yeah, he'll mess around and stuff. But she literally put him out of the house. And he never came back. Like, he moved to Chicago, he never came back. And the point I'm making is this, like, them grudges will destroy your relationship. Trying to prove points will destroy your relationship. And this is what I've seen many black women do, both of those things. Your sister's relationship is trash. So you got to be the big bad sister and you mess yours up. Now your other sisters will be having boyfriends and married and stuff, and you'll be single because you had to be the big bad sister. I've seen that. You go by what's going on in your relationship. You don't go and try to treat your boyfriend or your husband like they boyfriends and they husband. You go by what he do. You don't play that game. But they do, y'all. They do. I've seen it. Multiple occasions. I've seen this play out. Work husbands. But yet, when your husband say a woman is even pretty, or when you see him looking at a woman, even though you got the work husband, you get mad at him. I tested her out many times in the past, and she was failing. Like one time, I told y'all about the dude that was trying to make me look bad with the Wendy's. But a couple times I brought up stuff other people was doing. She failed the test. So you could take all of that from him, but I can't take nothing from nobody. I'm telling you, that's another thing. Black women, they gotta stop. You gotta stay humble in your relationship. You have to. When you're a woman, you're not a man. So when you get talking slick and yelling at the guy and having double standard and you done cheated on him, he'll know about it, but then you talking about who he looking at and stuff like that, that's going to destroy your relationship. Contrary to what they believe, a lot of us black men are extremely insightful, intuitive, and intelligent. People think intelligence is based on who talk more like white people. That don't mean you intelligent. It's people that talk like white people that don't know jack. So they mess up, and a lot of dudes be like, it take for them to get burned by a white girl to see the truth, and then some of them be like, okay, they all the same. But when you put yourself in this box, first of all, I could tell you, I've seen them do it to other people. I've seen them do it to me. Some of them just got a problem with you out the rip. You ain't got to say nothing to them. You ain't got to say nothing wrong. Just the demeanor, the look, what they call it, resting bitch face, says it all. But it's not all of them. Me personally, I think that we as men should view all women the same way, penalize and reward based on not their race, but what they do and say. So I'll still deal with black women, because I know that them other women, they gonna play the damsel in distress too. They're gonna play the same games. So with me, is whoever played the less games, whoever the more beneficial, that's the one that gets a little bit of time. Not based on, I'm not boxing myself in, we in this struggle together. No, we not. You try to stick to black women. Black women have a strange loyalty to white men. They got a strange, and this how it plays out sometimes. Like, the ones that have the strongest loyalty to white men are going to be the most disrespectful towards you. I'm telling you, they'll submit to their boss all day, do everything they white boss say, and then when it come to you, everything you say, no, I don't think we should do that. I think we should do that. No, what are y'all? Like they the leader of the house. Break up with them. Don't be in no relationship. None of y'all. I don't care if you geek Gary. You the biggest geek in America. If a woman treats you in this way, you dump her. If she don't respect you as her leader, respect you as her man, you don't make no babies with her, you don't force no relationship, you dump her, man. You dump her. I got mad earlier and I said, I put this on my father's grave. I'm putting you away. But she already knew that though. It just didn't work out, man. Like I be trying not to argue and stuff like that. It didn't work. I can't deal with a woman who doesn't help me, who tries to lead me, who talks slick. You could say what you need to say to me without challenging my manhood. When you get to, like when a woman gets to cussing at you or name calling and you ain't doing that to her, that's a challenge to your manhood. Like, they supposed to be able to control their temper to the point where if they got to say something, they can say it without all that. That is not what marriage is. I read the Bible. I pray to the Most High. I seek the Most High for his counsel. That is not what no relationship or marriage is supposed to be constructed of. A woman is supposed to shut her damn mouth. I know y'all don't want to agree with that because y'all got the police and the courts on your side, and y'all don't really believe in the Bible like that. Y'all use the Bible for convenience. But you ain't supposed to be doing all that stuff, man. Any woman that's doing that, you shouldn't be in no relationship. You going against the constructor of relationship, the founder of relationship when you do that stuff. When you cheat, when you have emotional affairs, when you popping off at the mouth on your husband, you are doing the devil's work. And that's me, unbiased, everything aside. I'm going to let you know the truth. You don't have to believe in me as a prophet or nothing, but you can't stop what I am. When you do those things in a relationship, we talking about black women, but any woman, you are doing the devil's work. You are. And if you are lazy during sex, or you denying him sex, and he goes out and does it with somebody else, you're in the wrong, not him. The only way he in the wrong and he lying about it, trying to cover it up, he not being a man. And being a man, he'll tell you, look, if you ain't gonna get the job done, I'm gonna go get somebody else. He'll tell you to your face. Being a mouse, being a chump, he gonna try to sneak and do it. Y'all dudes need to start standing on these women. They want to play these games. Be like, why are you with me? I need sex. Why are you playing these games with me? They try to make you feel bad about being a man. You supposed to want to have sex with women. You can't make somebody, and your pastor can kiss a donkey's booty hole after he dookie. That's what I think of y'all pastors who going along with this stuff. You criticizing men for being men. And I repent myself from doing it when I didn't have this wisdom. What you should be telling these guys, either you're going to be monogamous, or you're going to be polygynous. You can't be both. If you choose polygyny, you let her know that to her face. You don't play these games. We men. What, are you scared of a woman? I'm not even scared of the courts. I don't want to challenge them, but I'm not scared of them. Y'all, see, we watch, look, man, movies are for entertainment. Entertainment, you might get a little revelation and insight sometimes, but you don't take these fairy tales from movies and try to make it a real lifestyle. That's where you're going to get burnt. The Titanic, The Notebook, excellent movies, both of them. But they just movies. Most guys, the one that you would have had the most romance with, you dumped her. You didn't treat her good. You normally gonna pick the one that's gonna not be what you want and need. Or they'll start out that way and then they'll end up holding a grudge against you or something to go that they'll never get over. They're emotional creatures. As long as we know they're emotional creatures, we can keep ourselves in a safe place while dealing with them. We emotional too. Well, some of y'all dudes, y'all don't understand or respect your emotions. You try to put them all, you try to keep them all back. Look, man, if you can't show your true emotion with a woman, then why even bother with her? Recreational use only for women who you feeling down, something happened to your best friend or your father or or something didn't go your way, or you feeling sorry for something that you heard happen to somebody else, and you like to, and she treating you like you a punk, recreational use only. Black women buy into that stuff. Like, you gotta be tough, and you can't feel down and out if something happened to your cousin, or something happened to your coworker, or something like that. You can't want to shed a tear. Recreational use only with them. Y'all try to blame black men. Me personally, from my research and my experiences and other people's experiences, I would say that the majority, percentage-wise, how would I put it? I would say 70-30. That the black woman somehow ended the relationship either too soon, being selfish or something like that. He's boring, or he cheated, but you wasn't doing nothing with him. You was telling him you was tired. Nut practically building up to his brain. What you think he gonna do? He had all these girls all the time, and now he trying to settle with you, and there ain't no curve. Men were never intended to be monogamous. Men were never intended to be monogamous. Let me say it again. Men were never intended to be monogamous. As long as you know that. And if you gonna break up with a guy the first time he set eyes on another woman, or the first time he like what's that, Marcus Lamb, Christian TV, what was it, which channel, Daystar, was texting other women, their relationship just went haywire, and she ended up, he wasn't even dead for a month. I don't think he wasn't dead for no time. She moved on. And the reason why she was able to move on so quick is she never forgave him for them texts. Now, they not even black. But I see a lot of black people doing this right here. If it was her, cry, tears, pay attention to my tears. If you can't get over it, then you... Dude, you gotta realize and understand. These dudes telling you to get your passport, they're not all the way right either, because a lot of them chicks in Colombia are working girls. Working girls are a lot of times nicer to men, because they're working. It's their job. They doing y'all injustice. I can see it a little more, though. I can understand it a little more based on mainly what goes on, what I see in the United States. But I don't think that you're going to get anything different over there, but other than them being a little nicer towards you, being a little less masculine. Then I don't think that you go to the Philippines or Thailand or Colombia, you gonna run into a lot of instances of a woman telling you to be a man, and you gotta do better than that. Rawr, you gotta handle things. I don't think that's gonna happen too often. But I also don't think that's the answer. I don't. I think the answer is, number one, honesty about who you've been. as a woman. Because if a woman is honest, that puts her on the table, and now she's not going to be able to play such games as as consistently. If you done suck dudes off, did this, did that, got fingered by this dude, blah, 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 you ain't going to be able. But what they do is they'll act like they ain't did nothing. So they can have that right, or keep that right, to come at you for what you do. That's why you got to know how to vet. That's how you got to know how to check a chick. People say, well, they wait till they get money. Bro, you ain't got. Look, man, look, let's go back to before you got all that. You just saying that because of what you got, man. You trying to disqualify millions of men because you made some decisions, some good decisions, and you got money now. But let's talk about what before you had it, though. Let's talk about that. These guys be like, broke dating, this, that, blah, blah, blah. You ain't got nothing. It's easy to tell somebody else they ain't got nothing once you get something. That's why they had this saying, don't forget where you come from. Because a lot of time when people arrive, they get blind and don't realize you wasn't always here. Be thankful for where you at. That's how YouTube, that's the thing about YouTube. One day them people that's playing games to benefit you is going to move on from that job. Then what? You ain't going to be the top dog no more. That's what. So even us YouTubers, when we get on here and we talk this stuff, we got to know that too. That you might be the dude right now. But some of them dudes that you doing on, they going to pass you up. Because here's another thing that I'm seeing, off subject and on subject. Guys that they done got what they need, now they starting to doo-doo on their audience. I be in them lives, I know. I see it and I be just shaking my head like, dude, change it. Like 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, he was way more humble than this. So we shouldn't have listened to you, basically, what you saying. We shouldn't have listened to you while you didn't have it. You see how dumb that sound, man? You don't not date and deal with women because of what you got. Look, you ain't gonna get them all even if you had it all. If you was a billionaire, you still ain't gonna get them all. So you shouldn't deal with them? Man, that's just ridiculous to me, man. And some of the dudes that I actually like are talking this old crazy stuff. Then they get to trying to talk about each other's appearance. Man, you sound like a bitch. I don't even want to say it. You sound like a little win and lose arguments based on the subject. Dudes on here talking about who they F with and who they don't. Okay, so what if your audience, right? What if your audience said, I guess he don't F with me, and they stop supporting you, stop watching your videos, stop hitting the like button, stop cash apping you? You see how goofy that is? Some of you ninjas is goofy. You ain't never, look, man. Some of these dudes try to talk like they so street and hood. Look, man, I grew up in the hood, and I'm somewhat hood, but I know that I'm not as hood as some other people are. These dudes be literally trying to talk like they hood, man. You ain't never even, some of y'all feet ain't never even touched in the hood. on a positive note, a lot of this stuff that's being taught in this YouTube space is correct. It's just people be getting a big head. Your big head to get a little soon when people start to pass you up. Remember, Tommy Sotomayor used to be the man, didn't he? Remember back in 2011, 2012, when he was out there, he was one of the top dogs, if not the top dog, and a lot of y'all dudes wasn't nowhere in sight. You was broke. You was the person that you talking about. Don't ever forget that. Let me remind you, help you. That'll help you stay on top. We talking about black women, even though these other women do this stuff too, man. They do. So, gotta learn these things, man. Y'all gotta learn this. You get tired of being single. See, a lot of y'all, you think you so cute. But is other men gonna think the same thing? Some dudes, everything imperfect about you, that's gonna be the reason for not getting with you. And you pissed on the dude who was with you for you. But then you gonna get out here and you think that everything about you these guys gonna accept. They not. They not. Now they'll accept you for a night. They'll run them numbers up. They'll loosen you up. But then you gonna catch feelings with the wrong dudes. That's another thing they do. I've seen it. Well, I don't like pookies. Yes, you do. I've seen you, some of you, treat a guy better when he was a pookie, when he start getting responsible, when he start getting better. They start treating him different. When he was a pookie, when he had all them women, you loved him to death. When he stuck to only you, now you looking at all these dudes on TV, over friendly, work husband, all this other stuff. You, black woman, you do that. I see you. See you putting your wedding ring in your pocket when you see a dude that's cute. I see y'all, man, listen. Ain't no black love. Ain't no white love, ain't no Hispanic love. Love happens when two individuals are wise and make the right choices within their relationship. And it take a while. Y'all stop believing in this stuff. That's why you end up with an enemy in the camp. You do. So this is, even though we talking about black women, this is how you have to do people who act like it's only them.